Hey YouTube, this is necrofear331 with another deck update. This time it is 6 Samurais. This will be my final deck list for March 2012. And well, let's crack it open. Again, I kind of built it more for casual purposes because with a format as terrible as it is now, 6 Sams probably aren't going to be topping many events. But they're still probably one of the most viable tier 2 decks in the format right now. So they still have, they still have some good plays. I'm going to start off with the main deck, because I think it'll help explain the extra deck and the side deck a little bit better. Hey, puppy. Hey, puppy. Okay. Anyways, we start off with our monsters, of course. And first off, we have one Hand of 6 Samurai. Just good spot destruction. I know a lot of people have been ditching it from their decks for whatever reason, probably to put max season or whatever, but I still love the card, so I'm still using it. Then we have one legendary 6 Samurai Nishi. This card's really been shining lately in 6 Sams, and still really good. Then we have one 6 Samurai. Sorry. This is one 6 Samurai Zanji. Sorry, this is actually the Ultra. That's why it's kind of like bad glare right there. But got a Zanji, and then we have one 6 Samurai Iru. Again, this is also the Ultra. Speaking of the 6 Samurai, they are absolutely the most beautiful cards in the raw yellow. I mean, pulling them was just such an honor. I just, oh my gosh, Iru looked great. Zanji looks great. Sadly, they're the only two that I use, but from the original 6, but they just look awesome, and man, I'm so glad I pulled them. I actually pulled 2 of each. Anyways, we have 2 Grandmaster of the 6 Samurai. And then we have our 3 Kizans, of course. And we have, due to Shein Smoke Signal being back, I decided I was going to use Kagekai's again, but I'm not using a full playset. I'm only using 2. I think 2 works great in the deck. It's been testing really well for me. Then we have 2 Elder 6 Samurai. These 2 commons will probably be for trade shortly because I did get some supers. Then we have 3 Kagemusha. Now, if there's one card that I would absolutely love as a freaking holo, it would be this, and Konami refuses to give me what I want. Do it. Make that foil. I mean, Kagekai's would be cool too, but Kagekai wasn't actually that popular last format. He became more popular. He's good because of Smoke Signal. Anyways. For spells, we have 1 Monster Reborn. Most of these are going to be staples, so. Then we got 2 Mystical Space Typhoons, and 1 Heavy Storm, and 1 Darkhold. I'm actually thinking of siding this card because I actually want to put a few more traps in my deck. I'm trying to make my deck more oriented towards a kind of a control, kind of stun-based deck, a lockdown kind of thing. And I might want to take out the Darkhold, because that hasn't actually been testing all that well. A lot of times it'll just sit in my hand, and I'll wait till I'm, either I win with a bunch of Sams on the field, or I use Darkhold to try to clear the field. It doesn't really serve a whole lot of purpose, but I'm keeping it as of now. And then we have 1 Gateway, of course, your broken card. Reinforcements of the army, to search out what you want. And then we got Book of Moon. I am looking for an Ultra of this card, so if you guys have one, let me know. I really need it. I really want it. You don't need it. And then we got 3 Ascentism. I'm not running Dojo in this deck, if you haven't noticed. I have Dojos. I don't know, I haven't liked the card. It's such a dead draw so many times, but I understand its use, but I don't run Squire, so I'm kind of conflicted on whether I want to use it, and especially with this, Shein Smoke Signal at 2, making the good old Kagekai into, Shein play a lot more consistent. So we got 2 Shein Smoke Signal, And we got 3 Uniteds. I'm looking for supers of this too, of course. And for traps, we'll start off with your 2 Solemn Warnings and 1 Solemn Judgment. That's kind of obvious. 1 Mirror Force. I chose this over Torrential. I actually am not running Torrential in this deck because it's been testing better than Torrential. Then we got 2 D Prisons. These are obviously the raw yellow ones. Then we got 2 Double-Edged Sword Technique. I'm only pulled 1 Ultra, but I ordered the other one, so it's all good. And then we got 2 Fiendish Chains. Just really good card this format. I absolutely love it. And if you have Sheehan on the field, you can lock down spells and traps. And if they put a monster that's problematic to your Sheehan, you just flip this puppy over and then they cry. And then last but not least, we got 1 Magatama. Might put 2 in there. I actually like 2 a little bit better than I like 1, but I'm not sure what to take out. So if you guys know like what you think I should take out for another Magatama, please tell me. Dark Hole might be the card that might come out. I mean, as crazy as that sounds, that might be the card that comes out for the Magatama. So, anyways, now on to the extra deck. It's fairly standard, but I'll go over it anyways. We got 1 Steel Swarm Roach. We got 1 Utopia Ray. And we got 1 Utopia. 1 Blade Armor Ninja, my personal tech for this deck. I love it in here. I actually just love this card in general. Then we have 1 Wind Up Zen Mine, so because it's broke. And 1 Leviathan. These are actually our only level 3 targets, because you don't, or rank 3 targets, because you don't really go into rank 3s all that much. And Leviair is not that useful in this deck. I mean, I can remove Sams with Inishi, but I don't do it consistently enough. I may get rid of Leviathan for Leviair, but I honestly don't have room for any more Xyz monsters, and the only other one that I might take out is Chaos 39, but I actually kind of like 39, so I don't know. Anyways, on the Synchros, we got 1 Scrap Dragon, 1 Stardust Dragon, 1 Landoise. This is all going to be pretty staple. So, Black Rose, Barkion, Brio, Tastor, Beast, and of course, obviously, your Sheehan. Pretty standard, nothing really to say about that. I mean, it's your standard 6-Sam lineup. I don't think there's anything too special about that. And then last but not least, kind of the meat, if I of the deck, the side deck. This is if I did choose to play this deck competitively at a higher level and I had to face the big 3. This is kind of what I'd be siding. We got 2 DD Crows because it's DD Crow. It's good. We got our 2 Veilers. I don't like 3. Like even in the, I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of the better builds have 3, but I just don't like it in there. I don't know. Then we got our 3D fissures. Obviously, this isn't as good, this format, as it was previously, because previously it was used to shut down plants. Now you can use it to shut down the wind-up loop. You can use it to harm insectors, and you can't do anything against Dino Rabbit. But this deck, this card also does good against a lot of the top tier 2 decks, like Lightsworn, Twilight variants. So, I mean, the card's just good, and you know, it doesn't hurt 6-Sams all that much. You could always side out your double edge if you're going in the deep fissure and then side in the effect veilers or something. We got 2 Star Changers. This is my personal tech. I've actually been using it in almost all of my side decks. It's a quick play spell, and all it does is you can either increase or decrease the level of a target face-up monster. I like it because it's quick play, and I also like it because you can use it on your own monsters to manipulate things. I mean, let's say I have a Keyzon and you know, a hand on the field, and I want to go into Zen Mines. I could, you know, if I sided this in, I could go into Zen Mines that way. Or obviously when you play, when your opponent summons Rabbit. Rabbit's the biggest deck out of the three this format, so this is the one you want to side most for. Your opponent summons Rabbit, gets their two dinos. You turn one of them into level 3, and then they lose those dinos, and that's it. Also works on Tour Guide. You know, Tour Guide, you get the other Tour Guide, you make that level 2, and then they can't do anything. So, pretty decent card. I mean, it's not perfect, and it doesn't really shut down a lot of decks. It doesn't do crap against Inzectors, which is the only deck that I don't really side properly for. My side deck, when you see the rest of it, you'll be like, oh, hey, where's the Inzector hate? I just didn't put Inzector hate in here, unfortunately. Not really, because I'm more or less trying to go up against the Dino Rabbit matchup, and Inzectors don't do it that great against Sams in the first place, so we saw that at the YCS. Anyways, we got 2 Boundless Trap Holes again for Dino Rabbit. 2 Chain Disappearance. This does well against Inzectors, Windups. It doesn't really do much against Rabbit though. And then Mirror Oath for Rabbit again. 2 of them. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, 6 Sams are definitely not as good as they were in March, and even though ironically they have almost all of their previous support back except for multiple Sheens. But I still love the deck. It's still my favorite deck. Pretty much one of my favorite archetypes. And so I want to give it a shot and try to do as well as I can with it. And I obviously would like anybody's support out there in YouTube world. Show me your deck list. I would love to see links to other 6am decks just to see what everyone else is planning on doing to, you know, fight the meta, I guess. Give me some advice. I mean, one thing I would really like to see is an effective dojo build, because I do have the dojos sitting in my binder waiting to be used, but just haven't found a build or made a build that totally appreciates the card, I guess is the best way to put it. So if you guys have a good dojo build, please let me know. I would love to see it. So, but other than that, yeah, that'd be it. If you're going to play a deck that has a chance against the meta, I think this is probably one of the top ones. This or Light Sworn. So, and I'm actually planning on building a Zombie Sworn deck. I'll have the deck list of that up shortly. Once I get all the cards, I'm still missing a few cards here and there, but so yeah, that would be it. necrofear331 signing off.